Diego Maradona was once the epitome of football greatness. He was revered for his unmatched talent and passion, especially after leading Argentina to World Cup glory in 1986. Over time, however, his image became clouded by off-field scandals, personal struggles, and controversial decisions. How did a man, once seen as a hero, become one of football's most divisive figures? Join us as we explore the complex and legendary legacy of Maradona, from hero to villain. On October 30th, 1960, Diego Armando Maradona was born in Villa Fiorito, a slum on the outskirts of Buenos Aires. Growing up surrounded by poverty, Maradona found solace in football. His talent was evident early, and by his teenage years, he had signed with Argentinos Juniors, a top Argentine club. His rise was meteoric, and his skills on the pitch lifted his family out of poverty. This success shaped his identity as he embraced the role of a hero under constant pressure to deliver. Maradona's career progressed rapidly. After stunning performances at Argentinos Juniors, he joined Boca Juniors, one of Argentina's most iconic clubs. A move to Europe soon followed with a high-profile transfer to Barcelona FC. While his time in Spain was turbulent, his best years were still ahead. Two defining chapters cemented Maradona's legendary status: his transformative spell at Napoli and his performance in the 1986 World Cup. When Maradona arrived at Napoli in 1984, the club was struggling. Financial instability and poor results had left them far from competing for titles. Yet, Maradona's presence sparked a revolution. In his first season, Napoli improved to 8th place. By 1986-87, Maradona led them to their first ever Serie A title, an achievement that turned him into a hero in Naples, where he remains adored to this day. Meanwhile, Argentina was grappling with political and economic turmoil, a military dictatorship, a failing economy, and defeat in the Falklands War had left the nation in despair. Football offered an escape, and Maradona became a symbol of hope. At the 1986 World Cup in Mexico, he delivered one remarkable performance after another. His goal against reigning champions Italy in the group stage ignited belief. After progressing past Uruguay in the round of 16, Argentina faced England in the quarterfinals, a match that would define Maradona's career and forever link his name with both triumph and controversy. The quarterfinal clash between Argentina and England was already brimming with tension. By halftime, the game was locked at 0-0, with both teams looking for a breakthrough. Diego Maradona delivered it early in the second half, but not without controversy. Maradona, ever the magician on the ball, darted through the English defense, attempting a quick 1-2 with teammate Jorge Valdano. The play took an unexpected turn when England's Steve Hodge misjudged his clearance, lofting the ball awkwardly into his own penalty area. In the split second that followed, Maradona soared into the air to meet it, appearing to head the ball past goalkeeper Peter Shilton into the net. The English players erupted in protest as the Argentine superstar wheeled away in celebration. Replays revealed the truth. Maradona hadn't used his head at all. Instead, he cheekily punched the ball into the net with his left hand. In an era long before the advent of video assistant referees, the referee missed the blatant foul and allowed the goal to stand. Argentina was now 1-0 up, courtesy of what would go down in history as the hand of God. Maradona's post-match quip only added fuel to the fire. Smirking, he claimed the goal had been scored a little with the head of Maradona and a little with the hand of God. While some laughed at the audacity, others, especially in England, saw it as nothing short of robbery. For Argentine fans, though, it felt like poetic justice, a divine answer to the humiliation of the Falklands War just a few years earlier. That moment shifted Maradona's image forever. To his admirers, he was a cunning genius. To his critics, he was a cheat Either way, the hand of God ensured his name would be remembered for generations to come. By the early 1990s, the cracks in Maradona's carefully crafted image of a football hero began to show. His talent on the pitch was undeniable, but off of it, his life was spiraling out of control. In 1991, while playing for Napoli, Maradona tested positive for cocaine. It was a devastating revelation. The footballing world, which had idolized him, was shocked as he faced a 15-month ban from the sport. The trouble didn't end there. Later that year, in Buenos Aires, he was arrested for cocaine possession and trafficking, a stark reminder of how far he had fallen. Though he returned to football, his struggles with addiction followed him. During the 1994 World Cup in the United States, Maradona seemed poised for redemption. In his first 2 games, he displayed glimpses of his old brilliance. But then came another crushing blow. A doping test revealed traces of ephedrine, a banned stimulant, in his urine. Once again, he was suspended, this time ending his World Cup dream and tarnishing his legacy further. The spiral continued. In 1997, after a season-opening win with Boca Juniors, Maradona's third positive drug test became the final chapter of his playing career. This time, there were no comebacks. Faced with yet another suspension, Maradona chose to retire, closing the book on one of the most remarkable yet troubled careers in football history. His brilliance on the field couldn't fully shield him from the consequences of his personal struggles. For some, these moments highlighted his humanity, a flawed genius battling his demons. For others, they marked the downfall of a once unrivaled icon. Even in retirement, Diego Maradona couldn't escape the spotlight. His fiery clashes with the media and authority figures increasingly defined his public image, turning the once revered hero into a divisive figure, seen by many as a villain in the world of football. One notable incident unfolded when Maradona, at 52 years of age, returned to Argentina. He had come to meet his newborn son, Diego Fernando, and to surprise his daughter, Giannina, on her birthday. However, his arrival at Ezeiza International Airport descended into chaos. Surrounded by a swarm of reporters and camera flashes, Maradona lost his temper. He shouted at the press, calling them bad people for asking questions about his visit and declaring that he would only talk to his journalist friends. The situation escalated when Maradona, who had special permission to leave the airport from the plane's docking area, chose to accompany his girlfriend, Rocio Oliva, through the terminal instead. This decision brought him face to face with the press corps, leading to accusations of him insulting and even pushing a journalist. These moments weren't isolated. Over the years, Maradona's confrontational behavior with reporters and public outbursts became regular headlines. What once endeared him to fans, his passion, his defiance, began to alienate those who idolized him. The football genius who had been a symbol of hope and triumph now seemed consumed by his flaws. To some, these incidents marked his transition from a beloved icon to a true villain in the eyes of football. His fall from grace felt like a betrayal of the extraordinary talent and charisma that had once united millions. Yet, for others, Maradona's struggles were a reflection of his humanity. He was imperfect, deeply flawed, yet unapologetically himself. Whether hero or villain, Maradona remained larger than life, an unforgettable figure whose story captured both the glory and tragedy of football. Was Maradona a hero who inspired millions or a villain whose flaws overshadowed his greatness? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more football stories.